Oh my God. Y'all, this is like hello. This is like the third time I've tried to record and I couldn't. It was not, the enemy is busy. I could not record for some reason. It wasn't letting me record. So the first video that I actually recorded was like 19 minutes long, but it stopped in the middle of me talking and I have no idea where it stopped at. So I had to delete the whole thing and then try to start all over again. Let's hope that this doesn't happen again. But thank you again for joining me. Today's topic is love versus unconditional love. Oh my God, I wish I could have kept the first 19 minutes of this. It was good. But anyway, it's going to be better. Let's get straight into it. Love will try to change you. Oh, by the way, as you can see, I'm not at work yet. I'm actually at home this time. So, since somebody told me don't get in trouble recording videos at work. Nobody on the job, but one of my friends sent me a message, told me not to get in trouble recording videos at home. At work, I wouldn't, but I'm going to take his advice and start recording them at home or somewhere else. Hopefully next time I'll be laid out by the beach somewhere recording. So anyway, love versus unconditional love. Love will try to change you. Unconditional love will love you just the way you are and help you become a better version of you. When someone loves you unconditionally, they want what's best for you, not what's best for them. Sometimes when a person just loves you, that love is they're there for convenience. You provide something for them. Unconditional love wants to be there. If someone loves you unconditionally and there's a chance of them being with you or being where you are, they want to be where you are. They love you just that much. They love you unconditionally. Now, this doesn't go for if someone is being abusive, verbally abusive, or physically abusive, mentally abusive. I'm never gonna say stay somewhere, whether if it's love or unconditional love, if the conditions, of course, is not humane. I came up with my own acronym for the word love. Learning over various encounters. Yes, the acronym that I came up for the word love is learning over various encounters. Let's start with the letter L, learning. Knowledge acquired through experience, study, or taught. Over, the letter O, at a higher level or layer than. The letter V, various, more than one, several. The letter E, encounters. Unexpectedly experience or be faced with something difficult or hostile. The acronym that I came up with for the word love. Learning over various encounters. Now, let me go a little further, a little deeper with that. Let's start with learning. The L, learning. Never stop learning to love one another. The O, love over and over again. There's various ways that you can love. As your relationship grows, of course, you're gonna grow. So in the beginning of the relationship, you might have bought her flowers all the time. She might have cooked your special dish all the time. But of course, as the relationship progresses, as time goes by, your taste buds change, the things you like change. So you have to continue. You don't just study each other in the beginning. You have to study each other throughout the whole relationship because we change. We change, we grow. Some people call it leveling up, whatever you want to call it. But you should grow. But the thing is, you should grow together. Not grow in separate directions or grow apart. You should grow together. So learning what that person, they might have liked red roses when you first met them. 5 years later, they might like yellow roses. So you have to pay attention to those things. When you first met him, his favorite meal might have been spaghetti. Okay, he might not like spaghetti anymore. He might like something else. He might like grilled or baked steak or something. So it's just learning your partner and learning as they grow, you're growing with them. You're watching and being attentive to those changes. So V, various. Love various ways, like I just explained. Love that you can love. There's no such thing as, oh, I just love you one way. Once you learn your partner and really learn them, you're going to learn different ways to love them. You're going to do different things to keep that love and that fire and that desire going. E, when you encounter difficulty, love will carry you through. Love covers a multitude of sins. Love wins. It always does, and it always will. When someone loves you, they can also walk away from you easily. But when someone loves you unconditionally, they will fight for you. They will not give up as easy if they just love you. Because think about this. Someone that just loves you, you can make a decision for the both of you. Now, both parties didn't agree on that decision, but you made a decision on your own that affects both of you in the relationship. And they can be fine with that and be settled with that. But a person that loves you unconditionally, they're going to try to find out ways and solutions. They're not going to just say rational things or just say things in the heat of the moment. Or if they do, they're going to quickly correct that. They're going to stay and quickly correct it because they want to fix it. They want to be with you. Never try to be with someone that don't want to be with you. If someone wants to leave, as hard as it may be for you, let them go. It'll be easy and better for you in the long run. Because if you have to force or convince someone to stay after they've already made up their mind to walk away when they clearly could have stayed, they didn't have to walk away. If they clearly chose to walk away and you try to fight, if you're the only one fighting, I promise you, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You're going to get the short end of the stick throughout the remainder of the relationship. And eventually it's going to end anyway. So it's best to just end it at that moment instead of dragging yourself on for months or maybe even years later for more pain and more hurt. Because it takes two to get into a relationship, but it takes three to stay in that relationship. God first, you and that other person. It takes two to get in a relationship, but it takes three to stay in a relationship. Just you two can't do it alone. You can try to do it your way, but I promise you, it's going to end up in separation. If it's a marriage, it's going to end up in divorce because God wasn't involved and he wasn't the head and he did not ordain that. So his will and not our will. His way and not our way, because his ways aren't like our ways and our ways are not like his ways. We always know what we want. God knows what we need. He knows what's best for us. That's why before we do things, we should pray. Not all the time we do that. Not all the time we pray first. Sometimes we make decisions in the heat of a moment. We'll say things in the heat of the moment. We didn't have time to take that to God. That was all us. A decision was made, and that decision that was made, you know it didn't come from God. You know that's not what God told you to do. You know that, but you were in the heat of the moment. And sometimes we can point out other people's prideful behavior, but we have a little pride. All of us have a little pride in us. Even though pride can be a good thing and it can definitely be a damaging thing. So we want to be careful when we're dealing with pride. I myself have fallen victim to pride. I still have pride in certain areas and areas that I shouldn't have pride in. But I'm still a work in progress. I never said I was perfect, and guess what? I never will be, and neither will you. So when you find someone that's willing to work with you, love you unconditionally, and let me express to you what unconditional love is, what it looks like. Someone that when you're having bad days, when you're having meltdowns, when you're confused about what you want or what you don't want, That person is there to try to help you figure those things out. That person will give you sometimes some space and some time to gather yourself, but their love doesn't change. No matter what you go through, they're going to go through those things with you, go through those changes with you. Now, I'm not saying that happens in every situation, in every relationship. It doesn't. It should. That would be nice if everybody could work their differences out for the better and then move forward and grow together from that point on. But a lot of times it doesn't happen that way. But if you both love each other and have God in the midst, where two or more is gathered, he's in the midst. Remember that. Where two or more are gathered, he's in the midst. Now, I'm not saying allow yourself to be a doormat for anyone because you love them unconditionally and you feel like they love you, but they love you with conditions. Don't allow yourself to be a doormat. Know your worth, because if you don't know your worth, you will allow someone else to tell you what their definition of love is, and you will agree with that. Because everyone has a love language. Some people might not even know what their love language is. There are different love languages. And examples of love languages are time and affection, gifts and dates, communication, monetary. Those are just some examples of the different love languages. Learn what is your love language. Learn your love language. If you don't learn yourself, how do you expect someone else to learn you? You don't even know the main things about yourself, like what you like, what you don't like. And if you don't know that, how do you expect someone else, your partner, to know that? They can learn through observation, but like I said, we change, we grow. Our